Hey, it's Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with one of the best strength and conditioning coach, not just in boxing, but sports in general. Absolutely. Coach Tobler, how's it going?
I'm good, man. I'm out here in Vegas at the DLX Boxing Gym. Just got finished talking a whole bunch of shit with one of the best heavyweights on the planet, Hassan Rockman. You know, I'm not a big Vegas guy, but I'm here working with Josh Greer, who has a fight coming up on the 24th, and I love this sport, man. I love this sport, and I feel like boxing is still kind of behind when it comes to conditioning, but you only gonna know that if you come train with me. So okay. I can't tell the rest.
You know, with you going from like track and field and then working with boxing, when you look at your illustrious, athletic career yourself, do you wish that you did boxing instead?
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. Because what I said, and I believe this, because in track and field is more of a finesse sport. You have no control. You can't do nothing about the person that's on the side of you, or the next jumper, the next thrower. But in boxing, it's you against me. And you're not going to stop me. So I was in the wrong. I won't say in my mind, I'd have been heavyweight champ of the world.
Oh, yeah?
Without a doubt in my mind.
How old were you when it was like 2005?
2005. I was in my 40s.
40s?
Yeah, and I was competing in bodybuilding. I stopped competing in track in 2000.
So who would have been like your, I guess, age bracket? What heavyweight would you fought then? Like, if you were in your late 20s?
That's a good question.
What year were you?
I came out of high school in 84. I was in track 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. I was 23 in the 80s and around that time.
Well, you would have been fighting Larry Holmes, man.
Oh!
Boy, would have had
man.
Maybe around like the Ali, Larry Holmes.
I don't know if I'd have been in the Tyson era too.
Tyson would have been at the early 90s, late 80s.
Yeah, I'd have been done. I'd have been in my 30s.
Yeah.
By then, yeah.
Larry Holmes,
I ain't gonna tell you how old I am. I'm still in my 40s.
Okay.
But yeah, during that time, during the Hassan Rockman time, and even in Holmes times, you had guys like Witherspoon, I think, with the Witherspoon back then. Tommy Morrison, I think.
Yeah, Tommy Morrison was like the 90s.
Ray Mercer.
Yeah, Ray Mercer.
Who else?
You would have had like Ronaldo Snipes.
And then Bone was it Bone Crusher Smith then?
Ernie Shaver.
Yeah. But I would have had a different mentality. Because the way I felt in track and field is I was always frustrated because I couldn't stop the next person. I couldn't get in the damn lane, or I couldn't sit on the runway so they couldn't jump. So you had to learn how to finesse your aggression. You had to be more technical. You had to kind of think in your own. We were in our own box, So, but in boxing and tennis, man, it's a person against you, and I always think that the person, you got an opportunity to stop them, then it's your will against mine, and I'm not getting my will broken by another man. That's out of the question. So.
Now, last time the boxing fans seen you, right? And it seems like you embrace it, right? Because it's part of the sport, right?
Yeah.
Fans are fickle. If you would have won, man, you're the best.
Yeah.
And then obviously, on this end, but the whole Regis versus Devin, great build-up, right?
Right.
But what has been, I guess, happening between that whole time period afterwards?
Well, I still get people, talking shit about the fight, and it's a part of the game. You win some, you lose some, and I tell you, that was one of the best times in my life in boxing, because I had an opportunity to be, center stage, talking about the sport that I love, and about an athlete, a fighter that not just he's my fighter, but I love the kid. You know what I'm saying? So I everything I said, I meant that shit from my heart, and to be able to represent him and our team, and then go back and forth with Bill and Devin. you know, that kind of put me out here in the boxing world. You know, I've never really been an athlete who shied away from the cameras, all that shit. I've always liked that. And this time it was like full throttle. Yeah. Bill Haney and Devin and Regis and myself and all the hype and all the Bay Area fans, bro, it was a great time. And I wouldn't trade that for nothing in the world. Win, lose, or draw, it was a great time. And should I do it again, over and over again? So that was a great time.
Would you consider yourself, now that it's all over, like, you know, you, Devin, and Bill, like, you guys kind of like cool now? Like
well, it's always deep in my heart. I don't have no. I knew the kid was good.
Yeah.
You know, and what I'm gonna say? Well, yeah, that's yeah. I'm not gonna give him no. I couldn't give him no credit. But the fucking kid can fight. He can fight. Regis can fight too. It just wasn't his night that night. Now another thing that I couldn't expose is that I got a grandson, right? And when my grandson was born, I told my daughter, I said, this kid is special, right? My grandson, when I held him for the first time, he looked me dead in my eye. He didn't blink, not one time. He and Devin Haney got the same fucking birthday.
Oh, shit.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
The same birthday. And my grandson, he's special. He hits a baseball off the tee. At 1, he just turned 2, November 17th. I was thinking, I can't say this to the people. They're gonna think Coach Tobler saw me.
So you kind of like look. I like a respect, kind of like, damn, this kid. It's like almost like an omen, because if I feel this way about my grandson, we know we're fighting. You know, it's a good fight. Like, I believe in my fighter, but this is a real test, and I gotta do the whole mental.
Yeah. Well, it was definitely, and my thing was to get inside his psyche in his head with things that was truly happening. You know, what I said was happening in his life. You know, if you look at statistics, he hadn't knocked anybody out. He's gone the distance. He's never been knocked out, but he's been hurt. I was just saying the stuff, but I know that when you tell the truth in a heated situation like that, the person that knows the truth for real, they leave that situation thinking, yeah, well, it's the truth. You know, I ain't really knocked no. I've been beating people. I've been out boxing people, but I really ain't knocked. They can't say I didn't tell the truth. Regis knocked out 24 people. I've seen it with my own eyes. So, but you know, Haney, it's different when you see him. You know, you can see it from television, but it's different when you see it ringside. He surprised me with his quickness. You know, he was quick. He was very smart, and he's a very disciplined fighter. He stuck to the plan, and you know, we lost, and I think he's gonna be a champ for a long time.
When the knockdown happened, what was your honest opinion? Do you feel like he's maybe stronger at the weight, or was that just
Well, I'm not gonna say the kid's not strong. I was surprised, but at the same time, I think Regis moved into that punch during that time when I saw the ending of the knockdown, but also went back and watched the fight. And when you know, it was like a surprise. I was like, whoa, shit, what happened? You know, anybody, because I've never seen my fighter go down, but he's strong as hell. He got up and he did what he had to do.
You know, with what's happening with Regis, I'm seeing tweets saying that, hey, I want to be a 3-time, champion, and obviously there's a lot of great names in there. Do we see Regis immediately jump into a big fight, or do we see kind of like him working himself back?
I don't handle any of that. I don't handle any of his fight business. You know, he had a manager, Marlon Johnson. They handle all that, fight stuff. But I do. If Regis say he's going to be a 3-time champion, he'll be 3-time champion. The kid, everything he's said in his career, he's done. And that's back. He's 2-time world champion. We will never be able to take that away from him. And he wants to be champ again. And the things that he needs to do that, he's doing them. So, yeah, I think he'll be champ again. Any
potential ideas when you think he might come back this year?
I think maybe sometime in June or July. I'm not. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. Just.
He wants to fight. And he's never sitting down. He's always, getting ready. So I believe he'll be ready to go when it's time to go.
Obviously, I'm sure he will want a Devin Haney rematch later on. So
hell yeah, why not?
Yeah. Devin's going to be fighting Ryan Garcia, and I know you had the pleasure of not just working with an athlete against him, but doing a whole bunch of the mental war games. When you see Ryan Garcia, do you think that mentally he's able to do the same with Devin, or you think this might be an easier fight for Devin that he doesn't have to worry about that stuff?
Well, I'm not going to take nothing away from the young champ, Haney. Haney, I don't think he's weak-minded. I think he's very confident in his ability because he's proven himself. And I don't think that Ryan poses a threat to him mentally, nor physically. I think this will be the first time you'll see Haney knock somebody out in a while. I think he had a couple. I saw him knock the kid out. I don't know who it was some time ago. It was a bad knockout.
Yeah, he went straight to the body. And
I think Haney's gonna knock Garcia out. Garcia is just not ready for the fight mentally, and people can say what they want. That mental preparing for combat with a kid like Haney who could box, who could punch, who could move. They have fights in the amateurs, but this is the pros. It's totally different. Now, Garcia, he got quick hands, but how are you going to get somebody that's moving like Haney? That his movement, his boxing IQ, he's not flat. He can move. The fucking kid move, man. He's like a Mayweather, the second half of Mayweather. Like he's going to win a fight, and you're not going to be. You gotta figure out something to cut him off and hit him. I don't know if Ryan can do that, but I don't see Ryan Garcia beating Devin Haney.
Any threats with the fast left? I know he whips that out all the time.
I don't think that's gonna. He could try to throw it, but I don't think it's gonna land. You can't. It's impossible because what else can he do? I mean, I just can't see him beating unless the only chance that he has is to really roughhouse Haney, catch him and hold him and push him and shove him and elbow him. If he can attack the fight like that and confuse Haney, he might have a chance of landing some punches. But squaring up in the center of that ring, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, Garcia, but I'm going to have to ride with Devin on this one, man. I like the kid. I think the kid, like I said, he's sharp, man. I ain't gonna ever take that away from people. That it's the truth. The kid was sharp, but Garcia can't beat him.
Do you feel, because you mentioned stoppage, do you think it's going to be like a corner stoppage, a doctor stoppage, or just like one of those hellacious like a wow, that's pretty bad?
I think Haney is getting more confident and throwing the right hand. He may have power in both hands. I think deep down he wants to knock Ryan the fuck out, and I think Ryan is really not expecting that. He think it's gonna be like the amateurs, and it's not gonna be like the amateurs. I think he really thinking that. So I think Haney knocks him out. It ain't gonna be no. He'll beat him for a couple rounds. I don't think the fight. I think he knocks him out between 6 and 10.